Check it. Yeah. Check it one more time. Yeah. So I have decided to put the trunk pop actuators in. I've chosen my location. I looking at it. If I put it here, this clip cannot go back in here anymore. I'll put this slip the actuator underneath here. Um, so I'm gonna put this is on the passenger side, the car. This is how it goes, like this. It clips in. So when I put the actuators in here, this wire is no longer going to be tucked in. So this is how I'm going to do it. I already drilled a hole right there. So this is going to attach it like that and then push the rod. So I'm going to cut the rod for sure. Um, so let's see how that is going to work. So right now, I temporarily hooked it up with my test light. So this is going to be a push sequence. So this is temporary right now. I haven't put Loctite in it, anything like that. Haven't hooked it up. I need another bracket right there. So right now, just the actuator. This is my test light. I'm gonna feed positive to the blue, so it will be the push action. So I'm gonna lock the. I'm gonna lock the trunk. So right now, if I push it positive, give it a positive feed, this should open my trunk. Okay. So there you have it. So this will work. I got the relay hooked up right now just for testing. I got this right here coming out, positive feeding to the actuator. I got a positive wire coming. I have to tap it in, and the yellow is from the alarm. So I'm gonna test it out right now, see if it's actually gonna work. I already tested out with my test light that I have power to the relay. Um, so moment of truth, sort of. I'm gonna lock this thing. It is locked. And then here's my trunk gonna pop. So I hook up to the auxiliary number one. Just hold it for 2 seconds. And it should give us a negative trigger to bounce the relay to activate. So let's try it. Yes. So it worked. Test it one more time. Right now it's locked state. So I'm gonna do a relay. Yes. So right now it's just a matter of just tidy up a little bit and connect everything else back to the car. The remote option for the trunk pop will be on the auxiliary one. This is the red and white on the connector, which is a negative trigger. I chose this auxiliary one because it's according to the manual right here. This is usually for the trunk. I was thinking about putting the auxiliary 2, but according to this manual, it's activated immediately and you can hold up to like 30 seconds to activate. So this is probably for like roll down the window or some sort if you wanted to have that. Um, so on this installation manual is going to be the red and white on that 12 wire connector. So my relay power is going to wire it up as, let me see. Number 1 and 3, I'm going to give it power, positive. I'm going to bridge that together. And number 2 is where it's going to come from the alarm wire, give it a negative trigger. So the negative trigger, once it's activated, and then plus a positive number 1, is activate this coil. And then once they activate the coil, this power will switch to number 5. So this will close and then give it power to number 5. So once it got power, I could either hook up the power straight to the green or the blue, depending on how you want it to push or pull. We don't need a 5-pin wire because we only do it in one direction, either push or pull. So I'm going to give power to number 1 and number 3 on a hookup on the wire, positive. This is the layout of the pin. So number 1 is the bottom, number 2 on top, and 3 is outer, 5 is in the middle. So 1 and 3 is going to have power wire bridged together. So there you have it, bridged together, number 1 and number 3. Number 2 right here from the alarm. Number 5 is outgoing to the actuator. Hope this makes sense. Kind of hard to see. Okay, so as of now, the relay is hooked up. I just zipped that over here. The wire is still on. I put it on this side on the actuator. So this is the push thing, and it's real short. It may be about 2 inches, 2.5 inches long. So this is going to be a push rod. The relay is here. I hooked it up and run all the wires. This is one from the alarm. So I put in an auxiliary 1 because this one, you got to hold it for 2 seconds before it activate. Versus if I put on this auxiliary 2, this active immediately after I press. So usually on the trunk, usually got to hold it for like 2 seconds and stuff like that. So this is what I put in, the auxiliary 1. Let me test one more time. So this is going to mimic the trunk is closed. So 1, 2. So there we go. Let's go outside and test out in the car. Let's see if that's actually going to work. So, trunk is closed. Let's see if this is going to work. Hopefully it'll work. Yes, that'll work. One more time. Yes. Okay, I would have considered this is officially done on the trunk pin. Trunk pop. Relay is there. All the wiring is hooked up. I checked it multiple times. It works. Thing is with this alarm, if this alarm is armed and you pop the trunk, the alarm will not sound. But if you use a key to open the trunk, the alarm will go off. So basically, I think by using the auxiliary, it tells you the alarm knows that you activated the trunk and is not going to go off. But it's still, the alarm will still be active. Does that make sense?